Hi guys.
Welcome back. Our phone overheated. I wasn't sure if we were still streaming. I tried to comment. I wasn't getting any comments, so we started over. We've left the camp.
We must be lead truck because that's X-ray in front of us.
Yep. Really happy to have you all back. Phone overheated. We've left camp. We are following X-ray to the pick and pull so we can get a new rear end. You viewers have saved our bacon and have been such a really strong part of this convoy. You guys helped us raise the funds. Within no time, we left camp and now we're headed to find a decent rear end for X-Ray's truck. Mike looks at it every convoy. I know a large group of people at camp are leaving to head to the Capitol today.
X-Ray's Mike is acting up on SCB. We'll have to take it apart and see what's going on in there. Ray Wolf's good at that stuff. Handheld, but not too great. I didn't really have time to take one out of the truck before we left, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to fasten it down in here someplace. At this point, I think I'd have been much happier, but that ship has sailed. this amount of dollars, and they came and he got it, so we're good to go. I'm tagging along to make sure that it's a compatible axle, but it should be. He gave him the year, make, and model. I mean, there's not a whole lot. Some years they had heavy and light versions of different stuff for sport versions, and the big thing I'm looking for is I want to make sure the hubs are the same and the spring mount pads are the same, and as long as we're good there, everything should be hunky-dory. But I don't want to put like a 6-lug hub on if he's got 7-lug axles or whatever. Engines are exceedingly complex these days. You know, if a lot of it boils down to if the electronic diagnostic is still working or not, and it gets to the point where if it's not working, it can be real tough to figure out what's going on. I don't have any of those tools with me to speak of.
Mrs. C, he also has a lot of moderators over there in his chat. So if you're in X-Ray's group, holler out to one of the moderators. I don't know if they can fix that kind of thing, and I'll definitely let X-Ray know about that.
So he did put his Cash App and Venmo information in the video description somehow, but it also posted all of his private telephone number, and he pulled it down real quick because, to be honest, there's a lot of people that are less than sympathetic to our cause, and there are a number of people and more vocal supporters who have been getting harassed at their homes, stuff like that, where their wives and kids are, and we don't need to let you guys know who we are or anything like that, but we're not at home. We really don't want a lot of harassment, and while most of you are great, there's a handful of you that we can't let have our phone numbers and address. You know, I mean, I don't have to explain it; you guys all understand. But so we're trying to figure that out. We're brand new to YouTube too. I don't know anything about the technological stuff. He doesn't either. He's a medic as much as anything. That guy is top-notch field medic. Whatever happens to you in the field, he can take care of it.
I explained to them before in another one, like, that he teaches, like, the survival classes. And of course I led on Colorado because everybody already knows that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, X-Ray has a job outside of the convoy. I was talking about what people did before, like in our normal, regular lives.
Before times.
Yeah.
You guys got to realize we've been rocking this for like 2 months, and I can't remember what happened one day or the other day or which day it was.
I don't feel like I am the same person when I came.
No, it's been something else entirely different. I would not give it up for the world. I'll tell you what, I feel like. Do you have your phone up, maybe, with your GPS?
Yeah. It says all forward, you know.
Yeah, but you apparently were watching where we were going. Okay.
No, I was watching X-Ray. We were here.
Here. He says it's the other way.
My GPS is pointing me right here. Chrysler Plymouth Dodge.
Plymouth.
Plymouth.
I haven't seen a Plymouth in a long time.
I was just checking on the kid, but I didn't see him.
No, Bell. I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah. I put snacks in there for him. Okay, Mrs. C, thank you.
Wrong place. We're figuring it out.
It looks like the right place. It almost feels like we're being played with because it's his pliers. To them as his blue-handled pliers. He's had them forever. The door's not shut. But we've tried to find like a lot of places here in California, and the GPS will lead us there, and then it's not right. Or one time it was like leveled ground.
Yeah, that taqueria. It wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, see, if it was the blue-handled pliers versus the brand new vice grips, there's a whole bunch of glass here.
We should be okay.
Isn't this where we were parked the first time? And I said we were here?
Yes, you did, Mrs. McKinney. That's why you are the area big shot.
And here I am slamming California's GPS, and it was right. Because it says that right there on the wall.
I'm going to run up and make sure we're getting the right route.
Yep. Patriot Mechanic usually wears suspenders to save us all some unsavory views, or overall bibs, and he loads up his pockets, and then when he wears jeans, he'll still load up his pockets, and then his pants have literally like fallen down, and he's just like standing there shocked. I wasn't right, the GPS was. But there have been like, I don't know, maybe 4 times that it's led us to something that's not. Oh, we've got all of the parts. We're just here to pick them up. Yeah, one thing I have been fortunate about, if I start to get anxious or worry too much, Dennis is like, I got you. Haven't I always had you? And he can fix like anything. Our furnace broke down on New Year's Day. Not this past January, but the January before. And it's not quite finished, but it's getting there. Yes, Mander. I don't think it's going to be that hard. And I know hearing a girl say that, Dennis and I really did replace the drive shaft in the our Ford Edge. Our daughter drives it now, but I was amazed at how simple it was. Good afternoon, America One. I hope all of you are doing great today. Oh, not at all. I just didn't want it to seem like I was just like, oh yeah, it'll be easy. Somebody else will take care of it. But it's one of the easiest fixes that I've had to participate. Right after we fixed the drive shaft in that Ford Edge, the water pump went out. And my parent-in-laws own a airplane hangar across the street from us, and we're still allowed to use like one, and that one area was just like loaded up with a whole bunch of everyone's stuff. My son bought I think it's a 69 GMC, had all of those engine parts, put in boxes, and then we had to take the Edge into there. We had to take out the complete motor. The front was jacked up. The water pump took us like a week and a half to do. A water pump. I don't know. To me, the drive shaft sounds harder. I want to get out real quick and see if I can take you guys up and see anything else, because I can't see anything from here. Thanks for watching the Jeep. Just a whole bunch of car parts up there. Wrecked cars, partial cars, trucks, vans, whatever. I know a little bit about Discord only because I'm on Gab. Lately I've been watching Rumble. I know Gab TV just got started, but I have not checked that out. So Discord's just for chat. Yeah, we had to, well, all Ford auto wrecking. Getting a rear end. There we go. I've seen him walk into the building now. So they may be paying. Number one, that's how our pick and pulls are. Like, you walk in, tell them what you need, they'll point you in the general vicinity. Just go and get what you need, take it back up as you walk out and pay for it. The first time I went to a pick and pull was to get electric motor window for my Caprice. I like those style of pick and pulls. We've got some older vehicles. Oh goodness, like, I told y'all what Dennis does now, but we've had a tree company, we've got an excavator, that kind of equipment. So if it's like, I don't want to say jack of all trades, but if he is asked to do something and he can do it, he most likely will. And it's been several years, but one time people needed their septic tank, something, you know, it was going to cost them a lot more money than what they had. So he went and fixed it all up for them. They couldn't pay. So I got a Studebaker out of it, but it doesn't really run. It came with a lot of spare parts, like all of the original parts, and then they were halfway through redoing it. So it's not very pretty on the inside. But you know, I like those kind of pick and pulls, so I can go through there and maybe get other accessories that I really wasn't into. Half-finished projects at home. Alrighty, he's coming back.
Alright, we're gonna go try and load it up. I just came around.
I don't know where they went. Here. That's what I was gonna ask, if we can go watch.
Yeah, we just did our negotiations and checked her out a little bit. We need to see on some brake lines maybe, but we'll get it.
Yep. Where is our cord? I'm trying to find the short cord because I think when we stream, that's part of the reason why it's overheating. It doesn't like to be charged while we're streaming. And while we are streaming, it does not recharge the battery very quick. When we got these phones, they said it would last 3 days. The battery's awesome. I'm coming, yep. Yep. There's so many people that I have not met. probably know who he is by his face, but not by name. Let my truckers roll. Do you see that there?
Go live. Hold on, we're looking to be live on this shit.
Do you see the sign?
No, what does it say?
No pictures, videos, cameras allowed on premises. And then he just flags me on through.
Oh, okay. Don't do anything illegal for the next 10 minutes.
So that's part of what the rear end would look like.
Hold on, man. Let me get this shit up before you do it.
Oops. We're gonna walk around over here to the other side. Look at all these. This is like, oh, wow. It's been a long time since I have been in a decent junkyard. They still look like all new cars to me, though.
You have the sideways. The bearings aren't bad.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
I mean, she'll get a lot more miles than the one you got in there.
Well, thank God, man. I appreciate you knowing what you're doing and be able to come down here.
I'm
didn't
so
say that.
sorry
Everybody
if
so much.
I'm not
This
getting
is
good
the
shots
Mrs. Patriot Mechanics. She's awesome.
without my David. You don't have your hat or
I don't have a hat
sunglasses
on. I'm
on.
showing my hair off today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a new rear end. Bertha's gonna get a new booty, everybody. This is Bertha's new booty.
So we got some
We're
weird,
getting a butt job.
these will be weird bolts, but Eric or Monkey or somebody's got that fine. So, like,
Flip them around because I'm not really
Yeah, American number one.
For this, we saw that there was
With my last baby, I was 9 months pregnant, finishing the drywall in our new addition. She's 21 now. Putting up the drywall. Having a videotape in here because we all saw the sign. I'm usually a rule follower, not a rule breaker, but look at all this stuff. Look at it all. I mean, it's just like a treasure trove in here. My son would completely flip out. He'd be trying to find pieces for all of his old Cadillacs and his truck. I think I told you it was a 69. It's a 69 or a 79 GMC truck. It's pretty. But I get them confused.
nice, good deal, man.
Yeah.
Great lines. One caliper is missing, but we can grab the stuff off X-Ray's truck. And if we're lucky, we won't have to buy too much stuff. We're gonna have to put a differential seal in, I think. But
And I saw how they could handle forklifts better than people in Ohio.
they seem to, yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that. Yeah. Borrowed my father-in-law's big truck before I was able to replace the one with the Ford that I have now. And had somebody load it and they smashed the tailgate. You know, just takes, because we can pick some up while we're here.
This guy like that too. So thank you guys for taking care of everybody on the convoy and keeping us rolling. We appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. All right, I'm gonna flip you back.
He found a tire shop selling $15 a piece. So he went down and bought a pile.
Alrighty then. So
Good to make smoke or something.
Rat Rod is taken care of, worked out a deal with somebody. They are supplying him like an endless amount of tires. Yeah, it's already loaded in the truck. We needed a rear end. As he said, Bertha is getting a butt job. So he must call his truck Bertha. Really big jacks at home. And then they have the jacks that they use for the buildings, and a lot of the time we just use the building jacks for the cars. My son wants a lift. Him and his friend do work on a lot of vehicles over in the net storage airplane hangar I was talking about. You want a lift? Okay, go ahead.
I don't know what that is. That looks like pipe loading. This year's thing.
Yeah, I can't believe
One of my nice ones too.
it was awakened this morning by somehow a bird. I heard that a bird got into my daughter's bedroom and pooped everywhere. In reality, when I woke up and I was realizing my bedroom back home and pooped everywhere. Cat injured it. Sophia says she took care of it all. So she's got the bird the help that it needs. She's cleaned the bird poop up out of my bedroom. I've got awesome kids. Just for her to get that bird. We live out in the country. They always don't shut the doors completely. And we've had birds and bats come in. I'm going to stop and read these comments for a minute. Oh, Mrs. C. I wish you comfort, love, and hugs. I wish you love because there are no words. Yes, bird pooped in my bedroom. In my real bedroom, back at my real house. But my daughter took care of it. And now they're still clucking like hens. No, we do have people in the convoy that are over at the Capitol, I believe, right now. I am live streaming. I'm just not live streaming that. Because so much stuff goes on behind the scenes. And yeah, I'm sure Wizzy is on the convoy. If you want to watch the convoy, definitely go over to Wizzy. What you see is what you get. today on our live stream. We've got a lot of stuff on our list. A lot of it has been overlooked for, I'm telling you, going on 4 or 5 days now, feeling overwhelmed. We got to do priorities at this point. The horns are fun. We love the horns. We want to get them all in there. I mean, I need those horns. Like, I'm not a noise person, but back at Hagerstown, I could fall asleep to those horns. They were comforting. Right now, we've got some vehicles that need attention, mechanical wise. Yeah, I'm glad he blew that horn for me as I was talking about it. Probably didn't even hear what I was saying.
We hit the second horn first, you hear him?
Peekaboo. So Wizzy's not live streaming?
Well, we're not at the camp, I'm afraid.
What I usually do, I get on Fry TV and I find out who's streaming, and then I pick my favorites from there.
I hope we're your favorite, though. Do you have a telephone that I can use, Mrs. Mechanic?
That's what I was looking for, honey. Yeah. I say I should.
Okay, I'm just going. First, I'm going to turn on the AC.
Good afternoon. Lord, I came looking for you this morning. I did not find you. I'd probably feel better if I spoke with you earlier. So hit me up, please. Okay. So try Alex's live if you want to watch the Capitol. If I wasn't on here with you guys, that seriously, I would be watching the convoy at the Capitol. Huh.
Baby wipes really don't cut through grease in the ground.
No.
I'll have to see if Tabitha's got anything good up there.
Yeah, you have to get like okay. I don't know. Because yesterday that Freedom Ford gave me directions to follow him, and we found him on my live. All the irony of it, what you see is what you get, because yeah, a lot of the time it's crazy out here online. feeling, because if it wasn't, then they would have kept talking.
should run at full system pressure, but I'm going to put a pressure gauge on and we'll see what happens. I got a feeling we're going to end up putting going to a different line, or I don't know. That shouldn't be a regulated pressure point. It should be full pressure on those cab airbags because they're very small. They're like 2-inch. So I would think it's full, 110 pounds or whatever he's at. But it doesn't seem to be. We're going to put some kind of gauge on it, I think, and hope for the best.
All right, Pat Max, good luck.
His first turn.
Thank you, Christopher. Is that behind the leveler valve?
Yeah, it is. And that's, well, no, it's in front of the leveler valve, and that's why I thought we'd be okay. It's before the leveler valve.
Before the valve.
So I am really surprised if it's not at full pressure. Unless it's like a 2017 Peterbilt 577 or something, I'm not sure. All the new models, but they make these trucks nicer and nicer all the time and smarter all the time. So I could see possibly cab airbag pressure running at like, I don't know, 40 or 45 psi, which would not really be enough for air horns to sound good. So we're going to pick up a pressure gauge. We're going to get a seal for X-Ray's truck. We're going to grab a couple of air fittings that we need for various reasons, and we're going to see what happens from there.
Thank you, Lisa. At the cluster valve.
it may be a reduced. If there's a flow regulator on there, that would definitely affect air horns. That's a good point. And then it could be to just keep everything. You don't want your cab hopping around a whole bunch. Those bags don't need to move. They just kind of sit there and bounce. But that's a good thing to check into. Because I'm going to get airline butt connectors. And someplace else. I've run everybody else's with 1/4 inch line and they ran okay. These are a different brand. And they did specify, like, I don't know, some 30 seconds line. But there was already a 1/4 inch fitting in there. So, I don't know what gives with that either.
We really can't help Freedom Ford with the YouTube channel because everything that we know, we learned from Freedom Ford.
So, I did talk to Freedom Ford this morning, and here, his YouTube won't work, his streaming won't work, he cannot even take photographs. He tries to take a photograph with his phone, and it says something about security protocol is enabled or something, and he can't use it. So, I don't know if that's his phone. He is kind of getting a little paranoid about somebody hacking stuff or something, which I don't know much about that or how
That does seem kind of weird if the photos, if his
camera
phone's
won't
not
work,
working.
his phone is not, and he showed me, you know, so I buy it.
Oh, I believe you.
But-
It's just freaking me out.
And yeah, could it be a big coincidence that's causing him to ask a whole lot of questions? Quite possibly. But I don't know. Oh shoot, there's a Pep Boys and an Advance on here instead before we get.
It's in his phone settings. He definitely tried to reboot his phone. The CMP sensor on Andrew's truck.
CMP sensor. I don't know.
I know he had it hooked up to some kind of diagnostic machine.
Yeah, he's put it on an OBD scanner, but his electronics are fried. He has 0 operational gauges.
This looks like maybe dead end up there. He has checked his email. He just wants to be a pecker. Yeah, we like the highway patrol.
I don't know if this is an Advance or if it's a warehouse.
It says Pet Boys.
Yeah, well. All their signs.
Out of business and stuff.
There's Harbor Freight.
Slapdash, if convoys were breaking the law, we would all be arrested instead of the officers helping us.
This is more than likely.
Yeah, I mean,
No, those guys are happy to see us. We get a lot of thumbs up from law enforcement. Some of the metro area PD are not super friendly, but Highway Patrol and Sheriff Departments have been top-notch, outstanding. Couldn't ask for better public service. I'll tell you that. Like I said, we've had some occasional trouble with Metro PD. Illinois, you know, was a little hiccup.
I thought it was live.
I will put us in the shade. You guys can wait out here with the mechanic unless she wants to go in, but I doubt it. There we go.
Hello, hello.
I gotta check something real quick just before I get too far.
American number one, I was wondering the same thing. Oh, hold on. At least I brought some Honey Nut Cheerios with me today. And I never can remember what they're called. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's probably Patriot Mechanic's favorite. Yeah.
As long as Monkey's got a puller, we should be good to go. Let me go get a seal and Mud Pig Airlines. Is there anything else we need?
I don't think so from here. Unless they had Mexican Coke. I know.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Hi, Sandy. Right now we are just waiting in the car for the Patriot Mechanic to come back. He's getting a seal for X-Ray's truck and a regulator for Mud Pig's lines. wouldn't have it any other way, Trish. We're a team. We stick together. Hello, Houston, Texas. Hi, Victor. Thanks, Andy. Okay, number one, have a great supper. I've never liked Lucky Charms too much. Like, they're definitely not my favorite. I don't like hearing people get sick over it. Hi, Amy. My name is Jessica. Good morning, Ende. I know, I slapped him with a timeout fast. I thought about blocking him, but probably what's going to have to happen next time. I like law and order. I appreciate what law and order allows to happen. I have a tremendous respect for our law enforcement, for our firefighters, for our EMTs, doctors and nurses, all the people who have been able to help me keep my family safe and healthy. And yeah, it is 1:53 here now. I strive to be the best that I can be. It's not been a stellar morning so far for me. But I went and took my walk, listened to music loud. I'm keep going. listen to everything. I don't care for techno, but I can listen to just about anything. I have three kids. I have a feeling we're going to head out sooner than what I realize, but I mean, this is just a feeling, you guys. This is just a feeling. And I have a feeling that we're headed north or northeast.